Now, if you are one of those that won't be satisfied watching the royal wedding from your couch or your cubicle, Genevieve Brown, as senior editor from Travelocity, is here with some tips on how you can get closer to the action. Thanks so much for joining us, Genevieve.
Thank you for having me.
So if we want to head to London and soak up all the excitement, it's not too late.
It's not too late, but if you're looking for a deal, keep in mind deal is a relative term, right? So it's definitely going to be more expensive to go to London the weekend of the royal wedding than it is, say, the weekend prior. But that said, I did some research and I found that there are still some reasonable prices, especially if you're willing to stay just outside the city center. One thing you want to keep in mind is when you're booking a trip to London for the royal wedding, or really any time of the year, you want to book it as a vacation package. That just means you're booking your flight and your hotel at the same time. You'll get access to prices you wouldn't get otherwise, so you'll get a lower price and make it more affordable. Yeah, so two deals I found really great. Round trip flight from New York, staying at the 5-star London Marriott Hotel, Park Lane, that's overlooking Hyde Park, is $1,300 per person for a 3-night stay. That includes all taxes and fees. So that's very nice.
That's very nice because that's a great part of town.
Absolutely. Now, if your pockets aren't that deep but you still want to go, stay instead at the Holiday Inn Express Croydon. That's in East London. That's only going to cost you $930 per person, and breakfast is included, also the round trip flight, all taxes and fees.
And this is over the royal wedding weekend.
That's right. Leaving April 28th, staying for 3 nights.
Very exciting. Now, once you're in London, and assuming you don't have an invitation to the wedding, what are some of the fun things you can do while you're there?
Okay, well, the first thing you don't want to do is plan to do a lot of sightseeing the day of the wedding. The traditional sites will be, of course, very crowded. It's a public holiday, so a lot of things are going to be closed. So what you may want to do instead, if you want to avoid the crowds, maybe you want to consider a viewing party. So there's one going on at the Stafford Hotel. It's $140 per person. You'll be able to be viewing the wedding on the big screen TVs in their beautiful courtyard. It includes British food, British drinks, so that's a one way.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun, right? Now, also while you're there, of course, who doesn't want to go to high tea when they're in London, right?
Of course.
Especially if it's your first time, you've got to do it. So the Podium Restaurant at the London Hilton Park Lane is having a sapphire tea, and they're really playing up Kate's engagement ring. So it's blueberry macaroons and blueberry scones and blueberry muffins, blueberry jam, everything blue. That's about $50 per person. It's from April 26th through May 1st. And finally, you're going to do some sightseeing while you're there.
Of course.
So why not do it with Celebrity Tours of London? $25 gets you a 2-hour tour, all the big sites, Buckingham Palace, Westminster Abbey, Clarence House, but also some lesser-known royal sites, a nightclub they visited, a shop Kate used to work in, so that can be a lot of fun. Pretty inexpensive.
Lots of fun, indeed. Now, let's say you can't quite make it to London, but you're still looking for a little adventure. Do you have any tips?
Definitely. So first, if you want to watch the royal wedding, remember, you're going to have to get up pretty early.
Right.
It starts at 11 a.m. local time, so anyone in the U.S. watching it, very, very early to rise. But in any city that you're going to be in, look for any British-style pub to be open very early, serving traditional English breakfast, showing the wedding on the TV. So that is one way that's inexpensive to enjoy it. Now, if your pockets are a little bit deeper, the Trump International Hotel in New York City has a one-night package. You go on April 28th, stay the night in the beautiful hotel, wake up for a special breakfast at 5:30 a.m. on the 29th at Jean-Georges. Very fancy.
Yes.
So you have a special breakfast, view the wedding, get a piece of commemorative china. So that's going to cost you $1,475.
Oh, per person?
A couple.
Oh, a couple. Okay,
couple.
that's a little pricey, but it might be worth it if you want to splurge.
Yeah, and the last one, a little bit less expensive, actually a lot less expensive, is at the New York Palace Hotel, a royal wedding breakfast, April 29th, 5:30 in the morning, $150 per person. You view the wedding, and it's set up like a wedding reception, place cards and personalized menus and a champagne toast and flower arrangements and even a favor to take home.
Oh, we love that.
So
that sounds like so much fun. And now, which one are you doing?
I don't know yet, but I think the Palace Hotel sounds like
something for
fun.
Me. Yeah. How long is the wedding going to be?
It's going to be, I think the whole event from start to finish will be several hours. Kate has to take her procession. She's taking a car to Westminster Abbey, and then after that, they'll take a royal parade route to the reception. So the whole hoopla is going to be a few hours long.
Right. But then once the ceremony is done, nothing else will be televised.
That's right. So, yeah. So, and it's time to get your party on, right?
That's right. It's time to have some of those mimosas, right?
Exactly.
Thank you so much for that, Genevieve.
Thank you.